Hi Taurus, welcome to your January reading. Okay, so we're looking at January 2024, but we're also looking at the entire year ahead. First up, we have the Chariot. So, as of the 23rd of January, you will have so much move through Capricorn. As a fellow Earth sign, it will boost you in many ways. But the first card out, being the Chariot, tells us that although you are being boosted in many ways, your career, professional life, reputation, all this 10th house stuff is where we have the greatest drive and the greatest push. On the 1st of January, Mercury will go direct in Sag. For Taurus rising, that's your 8th house, and it's all about intimacy. So things get clearer. For Taurus Sun, this clarity is about your intimate life, and it's very welcome. It gives you your self-esteem back. You just want things to be clear. This is the 9 of Pentacles. You just want to know where you stand. It doesn't even matter what the response is. You just want to know, right? So clarity comes, and the title of your reading is IRL, in real life. Clarity comes to you, and whether or not it's a painful realization, and you, okay, so 10 of Swords and the Magician, and you have to rewrite some narratives that you have about people that you thought were really good people. It's okay. Again, the point is, now you know. Having clarity in your intimate life is really important right now. On the 4th, Mars will move into Capricorn. And so here you have Mars moving into your Taurus rising, your 9th house. And then on the 13th, you'll have Mercury moving into that 9th house. So Mercury moves into Capricorn as well. Now remember, Mercury is going to go direct in Sagittarius on the 1st, and then it will move back into Capricorn on the 13th. So what does that mean? It was in Capricorn, it went back into Sagittarius, now it's back in Capricorn on the 13th. So what that means for you is that you finally see the whole picture. And I think also that's why the Chariot and the 9 of Pentacles are the first 2 cards out. You have a much more holistic approach to love. The confusion is lifted. It's unpleasant, but it's like your priorities get reshuffled, and the first thing you see is like the obvious glaring truth about someone or something or a situation, and you're like, oh my god, that's really unpleasant. But also, why did I not see this before? What's wrong with me? What was I being consumed by? So, you know, 10 of Swords, the Magician, 3 of Cups. It's unpleasant, but it's clear. And it also is going to give you that uncomfortable little, you know, thorn in your side about yourself as well. What does this say about you? Asks the clarity. On the 23rd, you have Venus moving into Capricorn as well. Again, for Taurus rising, that is your 9th house. Something clicks. I think what clicks is that you realize that no matter how many times you go down this road with people or with your own heart, it's never going to be as satisfying as going through those trials and tribulations while you're financially secure and you actually feel really good about your contributions in the world and about your standing in the world. I think that's what balances you out. It's not that love is any less important, Queen of Pentacles. It's just that you yourself become more important, and when you're focusing purely on yourself, you have a tendency to go hard for the money and, you know, just set yourself up for security because, you know, it makes you feel good. So good. You're excited. You know, this is not to say that just because you're balancing, you're not excited about people. You're definitely excited about people. It could be someone that's very different from you. Someone, this is the Fool card. Someone who requires a lot of risk on your end. Someone who is from a different culture. Someone who perhaps goes against all the things that you've sexually held as your identity and yet you're really attracted to them, and they're so different from you that you're willing to concede to things that you wouldn't usually concede to. The Fool is like, yeah, I'm a fool for you right now. If you want to do this long distance, we can do it long distance. If you want to have an open relationship, have an open, these are the things that might be brought up. But the point is that one of these things here is a red line, and you're willing to go past that red line right now, which is interesting. It's, how do I put it? I would say by the 19th, you'll know whether you like somebody or not, because by the 19th, this is your card, the Hierophant. It's been a while since we had your card in your reading. By the 19th, you know, you have this very settled feeling about your year ahead and how calm and how balanced you want to be. So it's easy by the 19th to get some more clarity on someone that you may like, someone that you may want to pursue. Anything new right now that wants to go from the internet or from a phone relationship to a real relationship, someone who wants to meet in person, you can take that step if you want to, but I would wait until the 19th or after, because it's a really nervy time. Like, you have to have a lot of nerve to go through with a lot of what happens to you in 2024. And you want to start it with some, auspicious vibes. Like, you want it to be a good time. I'm hesitating because I don't really want to say what I have to say here, which is that your love life needs a major overhaul. And if you are being attracted to somebody who's really far away or really different from you, it's probably because you're trying to distract yourself from the work that needs to be done with you. I don't think it actually has to do with another person at all. It's just an easy way, the Hanged Man, to, get yourself stuck so you don't have to do anything. Four of Wands, so you can kind of just bathe in the stability of the instability, if that makes sense. Like, you may try to sabotage yourself by getting yourself to believe that you have deeper feelings for somebody than you do, but that's not what this is about. This makeover that your love life needs, what I have written here is like, let the planets do the work. Become more culturally aware. As the planets do their work, you do your part. Become more culturally aware, become more interesting, read more, do more stuff that like gives you a base of knowledge that you can share with people. It's not just about fucking, is what I'm trying to say. 2024 is the year of you being contemplative and pensive. Here is the Hermit and the Three of Wands, and pushing the boundaries of your personality and like who you think you are. So yes, it's confusing right now and it's interesting, but I think that Uranus and Jupiter are working on you as well. And there is some extreme pressure being put on you. There's a lot of expectation. From yourself, from others, from those Jupiter-Uranus aspects. There's a lot of expectation being put on you. Not that you can't follow through on it, but I can see how such heavy energies that demand so much change, so much hard work, so much initiative and effort, I can see how one would want to divert their attention into something quite meaningless but exciting and distracting, so you don't have to focus on how large the task is. But money is lucky and it's easy, inshallah, and we'll talk more about money and mental health and wellness in the extended. But money is lucky, it's easy, but the scope of what you can do with that money right now is vast. And I find that Taurus can be a bit ideologically agoraphobic. Like certain ideas, certain ambitions, they're too large. You can't imagine enclosing that much success in your pen, is the way that I would put it. And so 2024 sees this pen being eradicated, and now you're just, you know, this free pasturing animal. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to be confined any longer. Not for your sake, not for the sake of others. You're, for all intents and purposes, not a danger to anyone. You don't need to be penned up. But the pen gives you security. The pen gives you meaning. The confines or the boundaries of that pen can decide who you are if you want to be lazy. But you don't have that anymore. Those fences are gone. Those limitations, those boundaries are gone. You can love who you want. You can go as far away as you want for love. You can make as much money as you can, you know, think up. But when you have that freedom and are no longer hedged in, what do you do with it? Do you actually do something? Do you take a big financial risk? Do you take a big emotional risk? There are times when you have done this in the past and you can do it with impunity because you know that you can only go so far before that leash is going to pull you back, or before that fence is going to get in your way and you can't break through. So you're used to kind of overdoing stuff because you know that your limitations will pull you back, and these like hard, fast boundaries that you have will pull you back. But what if they're not there? Now, if you go running, you know, at the fence, trying to crash through it, you'll get through no problem. And then what? Then we're on the outside. Then we're out in the open. Out here, you can make as much money as you can, again, think of. You can have many lovers. You can have lovers from really far away, really ideologically different from you. You can just expand all your horizons. And I think it's terrifying you. I think there's a part of you that wishes, Four of Cups, that you could go back to a much more safe life. But here we have the Seven of Wands and the World. The victory is not gained in safety, and, you know, now is a time of great victory for you. It may not seem like it because you're a bit emotionally confused, but financially the year is set up to be gorgeous, inshallah. And I have a tendency to think that when you're doing financially well and feeling really good about yourself, that you attract the best partners, or partners who are actually worth your time. So if you're feeling really confused or led on by somebody right now, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told Aries. Libra in the extended. There is never going to be a moment where your instincts are going to lead you down the wrong path. Even if in the moment you feel like you're being nonsensical, your instincts will save you. Your instincts will save you, and you should proceed with your instincts guiding you. Listen to them, because when you have the run of the place, the only boundaries that you now have are the ones you create for yourself, and you should create those based on safety, not on fear. Everybody wants to feel safe, but you don't need to be penned up to be safe. You can be free and still be safe. That's interesting. Okay, in the extended, we're going to talk money. It's a lot of money talk, a lot of physical and mental health stuff. And we're going to talk about making promises. Love you.